Hi, I'm Dion, and welcome to Ideal Protein at Silverdale Wellness Center. This is our virtual new dieter orientation, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in order to be successful. Our clinic has been offering Ideal Protein since 2010, and it was a game changer for me and countless patients and clients since then. So let's get started. Your body prefers to run on carbohydrates, and that's not a bad thing. Carbs are not the enemy. They are energy, and energy is meant to be burned. Problems occur when we consume too much energy and don't burn it. Then it's stored as fat for later. So you can think of that excess body fat as simply stored energy. What Ideal Protein is going to help you do is access that stored energy so you can get smaller. Before your body can begin to use fat for energy, you've got to do something with your diet, and namely, that's reducing carbohydrates. When you reduce carbs from your diet, your liver does something wonderful. After expelling glycogen, which leaves your body primarily as water, it begins to convert fatty acids into ketone bodies that function like glucose in your body, essentially turning your fat into your energy source. And that's how the Ideal Protein diet works. Because we modify your diet, we allow your body to enter a state of ketosis where it can use its own fat stores for energy. Now, in addition to this, Ideal Protein is also a low-fat and a low-calorie diet. And that's the reason our clients get the results that they do, because we're doing it right from multiple perspectives. Please note, because we're changing the way your body converts energy, expect the first week to be a little rough. You might have headaches, you might be irritable, you might be hungry. Certainly, if any severe symptoms occur, consult your doctor immediately. But more than likely, it's the carb flu. Your body getting acclimated to this new way of using energy, and at first demanding that you give it some carbohydrates. It's possible that you'll have a craving for certain carbs that you've never had before, simply because as your glycogen is bottoming out, your body and your brain are going to be begging for carbs. Now hold fast. By day 3 or day 4, your body should hit the point where it begins moving into ketosis, and that's when your symptoms will alleviate and you should feel pretty good. Another thing to be aware of: the weight loss you experience the first week of the diet is the most dramatic. It happens quickly and it is very encouraging. But that weight loss is glycogen elimination, which leaves your body as water. So it's not a true weight loss. When you bring carbohydrates back to your diet, which we will do intentionally down the road, that water weight will come back. So really, it's what you do between weeks 1 and the end that is the weight that really matters. So make sure you follow your phase 1 sheet as closely as you can, because that's how you're going to get the best results. So this is a paper copy of the paperwork that you should have received. You might have this paper copy, or you might have an electronic file. Regardless, the goal is to read everything. Know the science behind the protocol so you'll know why you're making the decisions that you're making. It's important to know that the Ideal Protein diet is in 3 phases. We're talking about phase 1 today. You'll be in phase 1 until you reach your ideal body weight. After that occurs, we're going to move to phase 2, which is stabilization, and phase 3, which is maintenance. Our objective is not to keep you dieting forever, but to get you back out in the real world where you can look and feel healthy. So what is your ideal weight? Well, I'd recommend that the number that you've been carrying around for the past 2 decades in your head, you let that go. We want a weight that is appropriate, realistic, and maintainable. If you're local and able to weigh in on our Fit3D body scanner, you're going to get an excellent and accurate measurement of where you are and some projections of where you should be. And there's some flexibility there. Generally, for women, it's a good idea to be 34% body fat or less, and for men, to be 20% body fat or less. Our Fit3D body scanner will display your weight, body fat percentage, lean mass, fitness level, and other metrics. It's an excellent tool to hold yourself accountable, and it gives us something to discuss when you have questions about your weight loss. For those of you who aren't local, pick a great home scale that includes body fat percentage and weigh in 1 time per week, same time every week. Ultimately, your ideal weight is a decision that you come to, and we're here to support you in whatever that is. Now to the diet. Please refer to your phase 1 sheet. You might have a color copy like I do, a photocopy from the front desk, or you might have this electronically. The bottom line is that you read it. This is going to guide you through the weight loss portion of the diet. Now, just taking a look at the document, you're going to see columns that go across the top for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and daily essentials. In a nutshell, the diet looks like this. You have an ideal protein food for breakfast, an ideal protein food and vegetables for lunch, meat and vegetables for dinner, and an ideal protein snack, ideally in the evening after dinner, but it can be moved to another time in the day that you'd find beneficial. What that looks like is 3 ideal protein foods per day, 4 cups of vegetables per day, 4 to 6 ounces of lean protein per day. That is the diet in a nutshell. Now to talk about the daily essentials column, because that's really important too. You'll see that you need 2 teaspoons of select oil per day. You need 64 ounces of water at a minimum per day. And then you need to ensure that you're adding a 1/4 teaspoon of ideal salt per day. Now the bottom of your phase 1 sheet is your grocery list. I recommend you take a picture of this the first time you hit the grocery store. You're going to see on that grocery list daily optional items, not required, but you can add them into your diet. Your whole protein sources, this is the meat at dinner, poultry, beef, veal, tofu. You have flexibility there. The goal is lean protein. Vegetables are carbohydrates, so they're divided into 3 categories, so make sure you're comfortable with which veggies are which. Some are unlimited, some and need to be raw. Others, your select vegetables, can be prepared any way that you like, and the occasional vegetables, just limit those to 4 cups in a week. All seasonings are game on the diet, and if there's anything that I can encourage you to do, it would be to make sure your meal, your dinner, the meal that you prepare is wonderful. I remember craving flavor when I was on the diet, so going the extra mile to ensure that your food is full of robust seasonings, you know, fresh garlic and thyme and rosemary or whatever you like, is essential, because when the diet goes away and you're no longer eating the ideal protein food, you want to be primarily eating your meat and vegetables. It'll get a little bit better because you'll be able to bring back things like avocado or bacon or cheese, some things that we're missing. But that would be my encouragement to you. Invest in making a good dinner. Get good spices and get really good at cooking. To be successful the first week on the diet and every week thereafter, visit your grocery store for lean protein and vegetables. From our office, you want to make sure you have at least 3 boxes of ideal protein food. Boxes look like this. This is an example of apple oatmeal. There are more than 50 different ideal protein food products. They vary. Sometimes products are discontinued, but they're always innovating and coming out with new flavors. This is another popular product. This is the nacho cheese Dorados. So every week you need 3 boxes of ideal protein food. Ideally, your ratio would include 2 unrestricted boxes and 1 restricted. So any ideal protein food can be used for any meal, a breakfast, a lunch, or a snack. It just depends on what your preference is. The only distinction between ideal protein food is restricted and unrestricted items. Restricted items are higher carb, higher calorie, and you only have them once a day and never after 5 p.m. Everything else is unrestricted. Now, it's highly recommended that your ratio is 2 unrestricted boxes and 1 restricted, but if you'd prefer to do 3 unrestricted because it works for you, you're absolutely encouraged to do that. It's also good to know that you can swap meals and move things around. The principle behind the protocol is that from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you get all the required food in. If you'd like to take a couple ounces of protein from dinner and have that earlier in the day, if you'd like to flip-flop your lunch and dinner, if you'd like to move your snack, as I mentioned, that is slated to go at the end of the day to the top of the day because that's when you're hungry, you're more than welcome to do that. A note on exercise. So hear me carefully. You don't have to exercise to lose body fat. That is a decision that you make in the kitchen. So exercise is not imperative for you to do on the diet. However, exercise is essential for maintenance. So this is what I would suggest. If you are not already exercising, you don't have to start yet. When you move into phase 2, stabilization, that's when we should start thinking about some things that you're going to incorporate. Let's say, however, you are exercising weekly. Well done. You want to make sure that you keep that habit and that space in your day for exercise. So just go gently. Listen to your body. The way your body uses energy now is going to be very different. So you're probably not going to have the get up and go or the stamina that you're accustomed to. So just take it easy. Our objective on the diet is fat loss. So we're not trying to make you faster or build muscles or any of that. We're trying to help you lose body fat so that by the time you're done with the diet, you'll be in a perfect position to begin or resume a stringent exercise program. Micronutrition is a big part of the diet. We want you healthy on the cellular level, or nothing else really matters. So there are 4 required supplements that you need to have in addition to the ideal protein food that you can pick up from our office. The first is a multivitamin. This just rounds out your nutritional profile and makes sure that you're getting your bases covered. There are a lot of healthy foods that we've pulled off the diet, and this makes sure you're at least getting the basics of what you need in order to be healthy. Potassium, like the calcium, magnesium, and the sodium that we're going to talk about, is an electrolyte. Electrolytes allow your nerves to communicate with each other. You need to take 1 tablet of potassium per day. It's about as much potassium as you would have received if you were still eating a sweet potato or drinking half a glass of orange juice, neither of which are on the diet. So that's how potassium works. Among other things, the CalMag, calcium magnesium, is going to help with bowel regularity. So on the diet, you get a new normal. Bowel habits change. You're consuming less, so there's less waste. Additionally, 97% of the protein from the ideal protein foods is used and absorbed by your body, so it's clean protein. So in order to have healthy bowel habits, make sure that you're drinking at least those 64 ounces of water. You're getting a bunch of unlimited leafy greens, so spinach and collards and arugula and romaine, and you're taking your CalMags. Omega-3 is here to support brain and heart health because basically, without a healthy brain or heart, nothing else really matters. Now, I don't have the sea salt pictured with me here, but ideal salt is another essential electrolyte that you need to incorporate. And as I mentioned before, just a 1/4 teaspoon per day is all you need. And you can use that to salt your dinner protein or maybe to make a homemade salad dressing. You've got a lot of options. Okay, so here are some tips from a seasoned coach and an ideal protein graduate. Be faithful. If you cheat on the diet, you are wasting your time and money. It's going to take you 3 to 4 days to get into ketosis, to burn through your glycogen, to even have the opportunity to burn fat. If you deviate from the diet, intentionally or not, you will introduce carbohydrates into your diet that your body will have to exhaust before it can go back to burning fat. So be faithful so you can finish as quickly as possible. Never drink alcohol in ketosis. It's more than unhealthy, it's dangerous, and will absolutely impede fat loss. There are a couple local restaurants who have collaborated with us. The first I'd love to recommend is Aloha Kitchen in the Ross Plaza. You can go to Aloha Kitchen and have an ideal protein friendly dinner in the form of teriyaki beef or huli huli chicken or kalua pork and cabbage. And the best part is Auntie Lori's homemade Aloha marinade, which you can use as a marinade or a salad dressing. So please check out Aloha Kitchen. Another option is Greens on Your Way, which is a local salad and coffee cafe. They have many wonderful salads. The salad that is ideal protein friendly is called the Sassy Salsa Salad. And what I love best about this salad, it has a day's worth of vegetables, so 4 cups in one salad serving. So if you get that salad, you've got your veggies covered for the day. Now, many clients have also found journaling to be especially helpful. If this works for you, please ensure you've got a journal. You can pick these up from the front desk. It will help you keep track of everything you're eating, everything you're drinking, when you need to take your supplements, and it's just a great way for helping you to become mindful of why you're doing what you're doing. Remember, we're here for your long-term success. So the more you can become aware of your behaviors and habits, the more likely you are to be able to change them for the better. Now, I'm here for you too. I'm only a call or text away. So if you need help interpreting phase 1, you need some encouragement to get through the week, or you just need to understand how to interpret your Fit3D results, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you for spending some time with us to familiarize yourself with Ideal Protein. And more than that, thank you for trusting us to walk this weight loss journey with you. I can't wait to hear about your success and see some incredible before and after photos. Take care.